Welcome back to La Coin's world. Have you ever looked at a simple quarter in your pocket and wondered if it could be worth hundreds, thousands, or even tens of thousands of dollars? Most people spend these coins without a second thought, but collectors know that hidden among ordinary change are coins with extraordinary stories. Today, we're taking a close look at one fascinating coin that has captured the attention of collectors across America, the 1993 Washington quarter dollar. At first glance, it may seem like just another everyday quarter, but under the right conditions, this coin can become a valuable collectible. So before you spend the next quarter you find, make sure you watch until the end, because the details we're about to uncover could completely change the way you look at your pocket change. Welcome back to Hardest Penny, where every coin has a story, every detail matters, and every discovery could lead to an incredible treasure. 1993 de Washington Quarter Dollar. The 1993 Washington quarter was produced at the Denver Mint, which is identified by the small d mint mark found on the front of the coin, just to the right of George Washington's ponytail. During 1993, the Denver Mint struck more than 645 million Washington quarters. Because such a large number were produced, this coin is generally considered common in circulated condition. That means if you find one that has been heavily used, it is usually worth only its face value of 25 cents. However, that is only part of the story. The Washington Quarter Series began in 1932 to celebrate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. Originally intended as a one-year commemorative issue, the design became so popular that it replaced the standing Liberty quarter permanently. By 1993, the same classic design was still being used, making this coin part of a long tradition in American coinage. The obverse of the 1993 quarter features a portrait of George Washington facing left. Around the portrait, you'll find the words Liberty at the top, In God We Trust to the left, and the date 1993 at the bottom. The small d mint mark confirms that the coin was struck in Denver. On the reverse, an eagle with outstretched wings stands proudly above a bundle of arrows, symbolizing strength and readiness. Olive branches appear below the eagle, representing peace. Around the edge are the inscriptions United States of America, E Pluribus Unum, and quarter dollar. This reverse design remained in use until the famous state quarters program began in 1999. The 1993 Washington quarter is composed of a copper core surrounded by outer layers of copper and nickel. This clad construction gives the coin its silver-colored appearance, while keeping production costs lower than coins made from precious metals. Each coin weighs approximately 5.67 grams, has a diameter of 24.3 millimeters, and features a reeded edge with 119 reeds. Although millions were minted, finding one in truly exceptional condition is much harder than many people realize. Most quarters entered circulation almost immediately after leaving the mint. They were used in vending machines, cash registers, parking meters, and everyday transactions. As a result, many examples became scratched, worn, or damaged over time. Collectors pay the highest prices for coins that remain in mint state condition. A mint state coin shows no signs of wear from circulation and often retains its original mint luster. Professional grading companies examine these coins under magnification and assign grades on a scale from 1 to 70. The closer a coin is to the perfect grade of MS18, the more valuable it becomes. For the 1993 Washington quarter, grades such as MS65 or MS66 are relatively obtainable, but truly exceptional examples graded MS67, MS68, or higher are much rarer. Tiny imperfections that are almost invisible to the naked eye can prevent a coin from receiving the highest grades. This is why collectors carefully examine every detail, including the surface's strike quality, luster, and eye appeal. One feature that experienced collectors often look for is a strong strike. Even though the Denver Mint produced millions of quarters, not every coin was struck with the same level of detail. Coins struck with fresh dies often display sharper hair details on Washington, stronger lettering, and more defined feathers on the eagle. These well-struck examples are generally more desirable. Another factor that can dramatically increase value is the presence of mint errors. Error coins are created when something unusual happens during the minting process. While most coins are struck correctly, a small number leave the mint with unique characteristics that make them highly collectible. Collectors search for off-center strikes, where part of the design is missing because the blank planchet was not properly aligned during striking. They also look for clipped planchets, where a portion of the coin is missing due to a mistake during the blanking process. Die cracks, die chips, and retained cut errors are also interesting because they reveal the gradual deterioration of the dies used to produce coins. Another exciting variety involves doubled dies. On these coins, certain letters or design elements appear doubled due to the way the die was created. True double die varieties can command significant premiums, especially when the doubling is obvious and confirmed by experts. Die clash errors can also occur when the obverse and reverse dies strike each other without a coin between them. This transfers faint design elements from one die onto the other, creating unusual marks on future coins. While minor clashes are fairly common, dramatic examples are much more collectible. Collectors should also watch for coins with unusually bright, original luster. A coin that has been carefully stored for decades without entering circulation may still shine almost as brightly as the day it was minted. These original surfaces are highly desirable because they have not been cleaned or altered. Cleaning is actually one of the biggest mistakes people make. Some believe polishing an old coin will increase its value, but the opposite is usually true. Cleaning removes the original surface and leaves hairline scratches that experienced graders can easily detect. In many cases, a clean coin becomes worth significantly less than one with untouched surfaces. Color and toning can also influence collector interest. Although clad quarters do not tone as dramatically as silver coins, some develop beautiful shades of gold, blue, purple, or even rainbow colors after years of careful storage. Naturally toned coins with attractive colors may sell for higher prices because each one is unique. Auction records often surprise new collectors because condition makes an enormous difference. Two coins struck on the same day can have dramatically different values simply because one remained perfectly preserved while the other spent years in circulation. That is why collectors always say, condition is everything. If you own a 1993 D Washington quarter, start by examining it carefully under good lighting. Look for the D mint mark, check for unusual errors, inspect the edges for damage, and observe whether the original mint luster is still present. A magnifying glass or coin loop can help reveal details that are difficult to see with the naked eye. If you believe your coin is an exceptional example or contains a significant error, consider having it authenticated and professionally graded. Certification not only confirms authenticity, but also provides an official condition grade that buyers and collectors trust. Proper storage is equally important. Handle coins only by the edges. Avoid touching the surfaces with your fingers, and store valuable pieces in protective holders or archival quality flips. Moisture, dust, and improper handling can reduce a coin's condition over time. One of the reasons coin collecting remains so exciting is that valuable discoveries still happen today. People have found collectible coins in old family collections, inherited jars of change, forgotten piggy banks, and even ordinary pocket change. Every coin has the potential to tell a story, and sometimes that story turns out to be worth much more than anyone expected. The 1993 D Washington quarter reminds us that rarity is not always about low mintage. Sometimes the real rarity lies in finding a common coin preserved in extraordinary condition. That combination of history, craftsmanship, and survival is exactly what makes collectors willing to pay impressive prices for the finest examples. The next time you receive change from a store, don't rush to spend every quarter. Take a closer look. That ordinary-looking coin might be a well-preserved 1993 D Washington quarter waiting to be discovered. While most examples are worth only face value, the right combination of condition, originality, and possible mint errors could make yours far more valuable than 25 cents. Keep searching, keep learning, And remember that every great coin collection starts with a single discovery. If you enjoyed this story and love learning about rare and valuable coins, make sure to stay connected with Hardest Penny, because your next pocket change discovery could be the one everyone has been searching for.